Have you ever heard about loyalty points? You know, the points you get from many supermarkets and brands when you buy their products more often. Loyalty points are just a great marketing stunt to entice people to buy more stuff. That's also what Pepsi thought in the 90s, when the Coca-Cola competitor launched its own loyalty points campaign that included a chance to win a t-shirt, a leather jacket, and an AV-8 Harrier fighter jet worth more than $30 million. Yes, you heard that right. Pepsi advertised in the campaign that you could get a fighter jet for just 7 million loyalty points. So an American business student named John Leonard thought to himself, hey, that's a good deal because these Pepsi loyalty points don't even cost that much. And that was true, because you could buy these loyalty points for only 10 cents each, and therefore the AV-8 Harrier jet for only $700,000. Remember, the jet was worth over $30 million back then. You can probably imagine what happened next. John Leonard tried to buy 700,000 loyalty points with the help of 5 other investors he found online, and Pepsi vehemently refused to sell him the points, and of course to give him the fighter jet as a prize, arguing that the whole thing about the jet was just a joke. And it got even better. Pepsi wanted to appease John Leonard with 3 crates of Coke instead, but they hadn't reckoned with John Leonard's iron will. He took Pepsi to court without further ado and sued the company for breach of contract, fraud, and deception, as well as unfair trade practices and false advertising. So basically everything was worth a try. The whole thing ended up in court in New York, which immediately dismissed the lawsuit, arguing that it was obvious that it was all a joke and that furthermore, there was no contract between the two parties that stipulated that you would actually get an AV-8 Harrier fighter jet for that many loyalty points. Pepsi in the US nevertheless immediately secured itself against further lawsuits, despite the ruling, by changing the 700,000 loyalty points in the ad to 700 million loyalty points, and therefore to $70 million instead of $700,000. The Canadian ad even had a "just kidding" above the jet. John Leonard took it rather well and received a lot of media attention as a result of the lawsuit. Some admired him, others thought it was funny, and some even criticized him because he probably wouldn't have any use for a fighter jet anyway, since only the US military is actually allowed to fly them. But that was certainly not John Leonard's plan at all. Instead, he would have most likely sold the fighter jet directly afterwards and made a lot of money with it, because he would have invested only $700,000 and would have received over $30 million for the sale. That's how he would have done it, and certainly how most of you would have done it too. We would have liked him to get the jet, but hey, in the future, there will be many more opportunities like that again for attentive and courageous folks who will actually win lawsuits against global corporations. We wish them all the best for that. That's it again for today. If you liked it, share it with your friends.